Hi there, Ayse. So, you've got some more essays into us. Good job. Let's take a look and see what you wrote. Okay, so some people think that schools have to be more entertaining, while others think that their sole purpose is to educate. Which do you agree with? Okay. Education with entertaining activities has been constituting an ongoing debate for years. I think in the modern world, entertainment has a complementary role in education because it brings many advantages to students. This essay will discuss why it is so important for better education, using examples to support arguments. Okay, fine. Firstly, games and toys are not only considered as amusement tools, but you need some sort of contrast here. But, where am I? There I am. This is because the long-lasting effectiveness of those activities on education has been proven by lots of studies. I'm not really a huge fan of the word lots, okay? It just sounds a little informal, so I would prefer something like many or numerous or immeasurable, something like that, okay? As a result, there is a growing number of professionals to produce creative educational toys and games. For example, a game explaining DNA through dinosaurs can be found in stores. Such a game can offer crucial reinforcement for learning that topic, which is really difficult to do so in lessons. Okay, so Ayse, I have a little concern about the way you've developed this particular paragraph. Remember what the topic is. It's about schools and whether they have to entertain or just educate. And this paragraph doesn't deal with that at all. Instead, what you're talking about here is games and toys as entertainment. As education. So you mentioned something here, but your focus is incorrect. You're supposed to be focusing on education and whether it should have an entertainment value. Whereas what you've done instead is said that games and toys, many of them have an educational value, or have rather educational value. So this is not really the way you should be going with this particular paragraph, okay? Let's take a look at your second paragraph, however. Secondly, students should acquire personal skills such as healthy self-esteem, teamwork, and spatial awareness, and so on. This is due to the fact that people who are successful in business life usually differ from others with those skills. I don't get that. Okay, you mean that people who are successful in business life have those skills as opposed to others? I'm not really sure what you're trying to say here. Recent studies show, without the S, that students who participate, without this continuous here, sports activities are likely to have more educational achievements than others. It is true to say that these personal features cannot be taught through academic lessons. Again, it's really similar to what happened in the previous paragraph. Your emphasis is on the wrong element here. You needed to shift your focus to education and why it should be more entertaining, perhaps how education could be entertaining, but instead you've focused completely on here toys as entertainment and games as education. I keep saying entertainment, sorry, as education. And then here, skills that are gained that are not academic. So I want you to shift your focus here, for example, and say there are certain personal skills that must be taught in school, which has nothing to do solely with fact learning. And then you could talk about healthy self-esteem, teamwork, spatial awareness, and so forth, okay? But like I said, your focus is misplaced here. To conclude from the arguments given, I firmly believe that schools should be more fun for well-educated students. It is predicted that there will be more entertaining lessons in curriculums in the future. Okay, so, a lot of the grammar is fine. A lot of the vocabulary is fine. In terms of your coherence and cohesion, it's fine. For me, the biggest problem, obviously, is the task response, where I feel you've gone off topic. In fact, you can look up the band descriptors online to see what that would mean for your score for this essay. But I can say pretty safely that I think you've gotten off topic here to some extent. Okay. If you read the essay again and you think about how this is phrased, I'm sure you'll understand what I mean by this. All right, let's take a look now at your second essay. Communication is less between family members of late. Do you agree or disagree? Here's what you have to say. In recent decades, some people have concerns some people have concerns that today's family members communicate less often with each other. I believe this argument is not based on enough evidence. No S here. This essay will discuss the reasons for my view using examples from technology and studies. Okay, fine. Firstly, although lots of adults move away from their families due to their search for work or education, they usually keep contact with family members, not the. This is because advanced technology enables people several kinds of communication tools. Take Skype, for example. It allows millions of people around the world to talk to their contacts through video calls for many reasons. As a result, even if each family member lives in different cities, they still stay in touch using such apps whenever they want. Okay, fine. Secondly, family bonds have not weakened recently, unlike some people, I wouldn't say concerned about, I would say unlike some people state or some people believe. This is due to the fact that, no comma here, they respect each other's life more and tend to be supportive. As a result, most people, without the of here, most people prefer to communicate with family members more often. For instance, some recent studies show that there is a significant increase in the number of people who choose to talk to their families in order to deal with a problem in the last decade. All right, fine. Let's see. Okay. Do you have any sort of proof of this? I mean, you've made this kind of blanket statement that we respect each other more, but how do you kind of back that up? How do you prove it? How do you support it? It's a pretty powerful statement to make, and rather than going into it a little bit, you just say what the result of it is. Okay, and here you kind of focused on this again. So yeah, maybe a little extra development here, maybe a little something extra would have really added to this. But I do feel like you were more on topic with this paragraph, with this essay, than you were with the other one. So fine. Good grammar, good control in general, pretty good vocabulary. I wouldn't say there was a lot in terms of advanced collocations or anything, but it certainly did its job and it was accurate. All right, so Ayse, you now have to correct these essays. You have to create an error correction list. So all the errors that have been pointed out to you here, I want you to put them on a list and next to them what the correct version is. You have to send these back to us within the next day or so, along with your newest essays. Okay, I'm really looking forward to reading what you have next. Like I said, try to do this in the next day or so that you can apply everything you've been learning both throughout the course and through this correction. So that brings us to the end, and I'm wishing you lots of luck on your next writing assignments.